There, relax, in your mother's house,
Yeah,
with a glass of
in
wine.
your chair.
Yes.
Cheers to you.
Let's do it. Oh,
Now, the fascinating thing that I think we should start at the beginning, which is where you met, how you became fascinated with the classical guitar.
because I married a man called Joe Washington,
Mm-hmm.
who lived in a house with a man called Len Williams, who turned out to be the father of John Williams.
And how long had you known Joe for at that stage?
Oh, not very long. I mean, he insisted on getting married because he said, your parents will never accept me unless we're married.
Okay.
I didn't want to get married.
So,
But anyway, we did get married.
Yeah.
And then he took me to introduce me to the Williams family.
now Joe was a jazz man.
Joe was a jazz man, so was Len Williams at that stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only when he decided to teach his son John, who was then 8, music, that he thought, well, classical's the only way to go. You know, instead of these great big plectrum guitars and the little plectrum.
The jazz thing.
Yeah, it had to be what they called then a fingerstyle guitar.
Mm.
And they had a sound hole and fairly narrow fingerboard. Williams widened the fingerboard.
So were the guitars, so you had to sort of work on guitars that were here of the day, were they classical guitars?
No,
in
they
Australia?
were what was called ladies' instruments. They were small little guitars. But they had a fingerboard, very narrow, and they had the strings on pegs like a violin.
Like flamenco guitars.
The flamenco guitars have pegs?
Flamencos have pegs rather than machine heads. Don't
Do
they?
they?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn to play that. As soon as I heard Williams play, I said, what a marvellous sound. So Joe went out and found another one of these little guitars.
And you were all living in the same place?
house. Yeah.
So
Widened the fingerboard
Whereabouts was the house?
in Brighton Road, Elsternwick.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where that is? No.
Elsternwick, south of St Kilda? Down that way?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And so you and Joe are living there with
Williams
Len
and his wife, Mila,
Leno.
and he had a young child.
How old was that child?
He was then when I first went there, about 7. When he was 8, Williams decided, got to teach him the guitar.
Right.
I've got to teach him music. No, not the guitar, music. And the only way I could think of was a fingerstyle guitar, as we called it.
Mm. So this
So,
is quite
and then
novel for the day.
And then I went, yeah, it was, because nobody else played it out here. Oh, well, there was one man called Eugene Pigator who played fingerstyle. Anyway, so I started it at the same time as John Williams, and look what happened to him.
There you go.
Well, actually, I didn't have a bad career either.
Yeah. Now, so you're in this household and you're learning the guitar at the same time as John, and then so how long that goes on for a while, and then I believe you all moved to London. Did that happen fairly quickly?
Williams decided to take John over there because he knew he was talented and he had to learn over there from somebody or go to Siena or something, where Segovia used to teach. So off they went, and we were left behind. I was very, very upset about that. And then Williams, he started to do one in London, opened the Spanish Guitar Centre there and said, why don't you come over? There's a job for you. Joe would have no trouble in getting work as an arranger. Wow, so I said, oh, great. So Joe agreed, but within the next few months, Joe got cold feet. And he said, look, you've got to go. You will never forgive me if you don't go. Go and see what it's like, and I'll join you later.
Ooh.
Well, he never did join me.
Wow.
I think he just didn't like the idea of Williams again, and Williams was a dominating man.
How long had you been playing the guitar then at that stage?
Oh, 3 or 4 years, I suppose.
All right. And you'd also been
Anyway, Williams knew I could I was fairly good looking in those days. And he knew I could teach. He knew I was going well.
So now you also were a jazz singer at that,
Well, with Joe, yes.
up until that point?
Yeah.
And were you still doing gigs around that stage while you were learning the classical guitar, or did you have a complete
Oh, I didn't
break?
do many gigs. No, I used to sing with Joe at parties. And No, I didn't do gigs. I wasn't good enough for that, I think. Well, there are other people better than me.
So
Anyway.
off to London?
Off to London, it was great. But unfortunately, and I've always felt sorry about it, Joe backed out. He wouldn't join me there. I think he was just scared of the whole thing. So I was there by then, and I'd been to Siena, where Segovia was teaching him.
And that was over
3 years. I was in
3
London
years?
for 3 years, yeah.
Going to Siena every summer or something?
Yeah, for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then the last year I was
So how was
there.
the first trip to Siena? That must have been pretty exciting.
Oh, wonderful. The last year I was there, I was coming home. I would go from Siena down to Naples. I booked my boat and come home.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? I got pregnant, so I thought I can't go home with that.
Mm.
I'll have to go back to London.
Well, quickly back to Siena though, you would have met people like Illyrio Diaz.
Yes.
Who else was there? Was Julian Bream on the scene there?
No. Julian, he was established very early on as a young player, you know, a boy. No, he didn't go to Siena.
But John Williams was coming to Siena.
John was there.
How old was he by that stage?
Oh,
13
young.
or 14?
Only, yeah, 12, 13. He was only young. But he was very, very talented.
Mm.
It was very exciting. And then
And so you meet the maestro.
I met the last
We don't want to jump ahead too quickly, so we'll get to, we can hang around Siena for a little bit and fill us in on some of that life.
I met the maestro, yeah, it was great. I really loved it there.
Mm.
Siena's a beautiful town. Have you ever been there? Beautiful town in the middle of Italy.
Mm.
It's north of Rome, north from Rome.
Mm.
And I loved it.
And did you get up to Florence?
I did, yes. We went a couple of times to Florence for a day trip. Sort of thing. It was quite close.
So living in Siena.
Oh, wonderful. Walking to the School of Music where they had the classes.
Yeah.
Through these beautiful streets with, well, you know what Europe's like.
Yeah.
Old houses.
And I guess all the eating with all the other students.
Oh, well, you know me, I'm not very fond of food. Yes, all that. I mean, the social life was great.
Mm. But you must have been having a bit of the local Chianti or...
Oh, I suppose so. I can't remember.
But the music, the guitar was
Fantastic.
shaping up for you.
Yes,
and
yes.
you've met Segovia, obviously, taken part in some classes.
Yes. Well, he used to say that, I mean, he divided the classes up into the highly talented like John and Diaz and so on. And then there were the others, and of those, he would hear one a day. I mean, there were about 10 of us.
Mm.
So we didn't get to play for him very often, but for me it was valuable from hearing other people taught, you know.
And I mean, I remember you told me a story once about when you had to go and play for Segovia.
And
You talked about your technique. You had a funny story about that.
I can't remember it though, you'll have to tell it.
Oh no, I remember, well, I'll remind you and you can tell it in your own words a bit later. How he said, yes, lovely Sadie, a little bit of work on your left hand is required.
And for the right hand also. Yes, he did say that. You need to do more with your left hand. And the right hand also. Which got rid of me as a player, I think. I mean, I wasn't very good. But the point was I took it back to Australia. You know, I went back to London and toured again there when I was pregnant.
So yes, okay, well
And then
you hang around all these guitarists and you've met Rodrigo Riera. Is he playing...
Have I told you he's dead?
Oh no, I didn't know.
John Williams told me last time he came out that Riera died.
Oh,
Early this year, so you're not going to meet him,
missed
darling.
him.
Yeah, missed it.
Shit.
Stephen always said he would go down and meet him sometime
Mm.
in Venezuela.
Well, how old was he? He must have been about 80 or something.
But yeah, well, he's a couple of years older than me, so he'd be 80. Anyway, I
Oh,
thought,
that's a shame.
yeah, you never did get to meet your father.
No. No, well, I've seen him on the internet.
Have you?
I saw his photo.
And you met his son.
Yeah, Ruben. Well, I'll have to try and catch up with Ruben sometime.
But as far as I know, he doesn't know that you are
Yeah,
brother.
that's all right. I'll go and blow it. Well, anyway, we're jumping ahead a bit. So you go back. We're back in Siena. It's in the late 50s, and you've had a liaison with Rodrigo,
Yes,
and you find yourself pregnant.
yeah. And I couldn't go. I was booked to go home with a boat from Naples at the end of that course, and I just thought, can't do that to my mother. I mean, go home and blow up, you know.
Mm.
So I thought the only thing to do is go back to London. And fortunately, the house that I've been living in after I split with Williams, that woman still had a room there that I could have. So that was good.
Uh-huh. So you're in, where was this, Campbell Gardens or something?
No, Kensington.
Kensington Gardens.
No, it was Cornwall Gardens, but it was in Kensington.
And
Off Cromwell Road. I don't know if you know.
So you're in London, pregnant, with a guitar.
And still had to earn my living. I still had to make money.
So you're teaching?
Yeah, and I taught right up to the last minute. But all my students that I'd left when I was going home, they all came back. I mean, after all, it was only that summer, 2 months, you know.
So you'd been
Got them
teaching
all
in
back.
London for 3 years. Had you
Off
taught
and
in
on.
Australia before you
No,
went?
no, never. No.
So you sort of, when you hit London, you must have at
But
some stage hit a point where you thought,
I was
well,
just
I'm going to
playing
teach.
when I left Melbourne. And Williams talked me into, you can have a job at the Spanish Guitar Centre.
Len.
Yeah, Len Williams, yeah. Anyway, it was all great fun. I enjoyed myself.
So you
Can
got
we-
teaching.
Yeah, that was it. That's how I earned a living. I didn't think I got much chance to play there.
Performance-wise at the
No.
Guitar Centre or any...
Oh, that, yes, but I mean not in the sense when I came home to Melbourne, where I could play a lot. Now, can we finish with this now?
Certainly, we have a little break.
Please.
Well done. Thank you.
Via Ceylon. First call was at Ceylon. Yeah.
So hold on, what year was it?
1955.
Yeah. Now, you say it was your first trip.
But my first trip overseas, I know that.
And did you come back between then and 58?
No.
You stayed over there?
Yeah. Stayed there for 3 years that time.
Okay.
And these are a lot of photos of various parts of Europe. Like Aden and so on.
Aden, that's the Middle East.
Well, that is, yes. And then-
Hardly Europe, darling.
No, I know that. Now, wait a minute, all these are taken over there.
Well, come on. Please
Madrid, Marseille. Oh, I had a lovely time.
Now, slow down, Kate. Now, tell me.
Well,
So, where did the boat leave from? Go back to the
From
beginning.
Melbourne.
1955.
from Melbourne.
Yeah.
55, wait a minute. Sailed from Melbourne.
Yeah, so you have to
October 55.
fill out the story a little bit, please, rather than flipping through too quickly, because...
Well, I was on my way over to Europe for the first time. I'd never been before. Via India. I mean, we called it Ceylon. I guess I went by boat, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes, sailed from Melbourne. It didn't fly in those days.
Is the name of the boat written on there?
No. Well, wait a minute. Yes, it is. The Orsover.
The Orsover.
Oh, I used to call it the Arseover. Well, it didn't go Arseover while we were on the way.
So we would have gone through the Suez Canal.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you have to explain that to camera because people who are watching this don't know.
Well, those days you went from Australia through the Suez, up, whatever that canal is that goes up there, round to England, you know.
Through the Mediterranean.
Yes,
With a few stops.
of course.
You stopped at Marseille.
Yes.
Did you get off the boat?
Did I? Can't remember. There's always the welcoming bum boats. I don't know why they're called bum boats, but that's what they're called. They're all these, when you pulled in anywhere, all these little boats came up to us trying to sell things.
Did you ever buy anything?
Napoli, we went through Napoli. Oh no, I couldn't afford to buy anything. I'd pay for my fare over. Naples, the beautiful. That's the first glimpse of Europe.
So how did you raise your fare?
I'm not sure, I suppose I was working, I can't remember. 55?
So you had a little stash.
Yeah. But I went over essentially to study.
So have you hit London yet? Now don't rush through.
No.
Is this more of the boat? Where are you?
Here's London. The house of the farmer.
Okay.
No, I said this is on the way over.
So
Frenchman.
you stopped in France, have you? Marseille, you've got off here.
And
Take us-
Marseille, but yeah, visited. I didn't got off the boat, but came on at last, England. Yeah.
And you've taken all these photos?
Yeah, Lots of them. Some of them are postcards, a couple of postcards, but lots of photos. Oh, I was excited by England, gosh. My favourite spot, Trafalgar Square.
And you had you'd lined up some accommodation before. Did you have friends to stay
I
with?
had the Williams were there.
Oh, they were already there.
Yeah. Yes, they were there before me. There we are. Williams already had the Spanish Guitar Centre and I went to teach there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture of John, young John. My raincoat was too light, so I had to buy a heavy coat. Oh, look, everybody's so young, me and Len, gosh.
What time of year was it? Was it heading into winter or something, or was it?
Must have been, I think. It was cold anyway. I had to buy a heavy coat. I had a raincoat. We lived at Bounds Green, a fairly new tube station, because a bomb had fallen on the old one during the war.
There you are. So they're still rebuilding after
Oh, this is good to see these get after all those years.
10 years.
Yeah. 10 years.
Well, I mean, 10 years since the war had finished.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, these photos are so old.
Now, go on.
Well,
Don't be shy. Don't be backward about coming
the
forward.
Newmans were already over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jerry had been studying, or teaching, I've forgotten which. I like the pubs.
Yes.
The old English pubs, yes. Lovely picture here of one.
What was your favourite tipple in those days?
Oh, if I could only afford to drink beer, I've always been fond of Scotch. Scotch and soda, or Scotch and water.
Mm.
Oh, these are great, these pictures of England. Hampstead Heath. Loch Aitken lived at Hampstead Heath.
Okay. Loch and Audrey.
Yeah.
Well, I remember visiting them with you in 1967.
Really?
Hmm.
67? Was that the next time I went?
That was when we went over.
How old were you?
I was nearly 10. Because I was born in 58. But here we are, at the moment, we're back in 55 still, aren't we? You've just arrived in London.
Yeah.
To teach at the London Guitar Centre.
Yes, Spanish Guitar Centre.
Mm-hmm.
The Spanish Guitar Centre.
And where was that located?
That was right in the heart of the city. I've forgotten where it was. But Leicester Square, I think. I don't know. Forgotten. Don't ask me.
Mm-hmm. Were there many people teaching there?
Well, Williams was teaching, yeah. He had a couple of other teachers, yeah. Oh, these are great.
Well, tell me stories about each photo, but you have to look at the photo and then look up to the camera and tell the story, so that I can cut to the picture later.
Well, I'm not sure where these are. I think they're still in London. No, Paris. And I'm looking at a lovely round thing, which is...
Like a plinth.
No, yes, but it's also got what's on tonight, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Everything that's on tonight is advertised there. Yes, it's in Paris. A picture of Sacré-Cœur.
So you would have jumped on a little boat over there for a trip?
Oh, yes. Of course. There's Barbara and Jerry. He was either teaching there or studying there, doing his PhD, I'm not sure.
All right.
Forgotten. Jerry Newman, you know.
Well, a lot of these people wound up back here, didn't they? Or in Sydney?
Of course, because we're Australians. Always come back to live here. There's Jerry. Yeah.
So you had quite a clan in London.
Oh, yeah. Well, I went over to join the Williams, who they'd been friends in Melbourne. And then he went back to London, opened the Spanish Guitar Centre. That's how I came to go over.
Now, these are great. I think some of these coloured ones. Yeah, these are the ones I saw, and I thought I saw Nellie's body language in a lot of these photos.
Oh, really?
So you have to explain. Where's this now? Are we on the continent now?
I know. Yeah, Siena.
So it got a date?
August the 5th to the 24th, but what date?
55 or 56. So, and you're over there for the Segovia Summer School?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's beautiful.
So espouse a bit.
Well, the Count Kiji,
Yeah.
he had the Kijiana Palace, and that's where the classes were. His palace had been.
Mm.
Oh, I loved it there.
So come on, talk on. You can.
Outside the students' bar, I would be there, wouldn't I? There's John as a very young boy.
Yeah.
He was brilliant, brilliant student, of course.
Mm.
Sir Gator's favourite at the time.
So how old would have he been there?
Oh, 14, 15.
Okay.
And then there's a scene from my pensione window, and it looks beautiful, I must say.
So what was your view there? What were you looking at?
Oh, houses, but there's a square down below that. Very nice. That's it.
That's it for 56?
Eh?
So that was the first trip to Siena?
Yeah.
And then you would have gone back to London?
Yes, of course. I was living in London.
Mm. And so you did a couple of trips to Siena?
Yeah, I went for 3 years. 3
Okay.
years. Not to spend 3 years,
No.
but 3
Alright.
years I went for 3 months. The last time I went down to catch the boat home.
Yeah. All right, well now hold on. Summer school, so it must have been summer of
Oh,
55, 56 and 57.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you fell pregnant in 57 and had your child in May 58.
Over there.
So 4 months. So it must have been about around
You were
October.
born there, weren't you?
In London.
In London.
So it must have been October 57 where you conceived.
Well, I'm not sure the exact time.
Hmm.
Can we finish with that now?
Yeah, you don't want to have a look through one more?
No.
All right.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, hold on. Let's get one of the...
Let's have a guitar 66.
Well, they're jumping forward.
1 year.
No, that's... 56 is it?
This is 56, yeah.
All right. Well, 66.
Well, here's Susan getting married.
Oh, that's 66.
That's what I said.
No, we want 56.
No, that was 65 I was looking at.
Hang on.
56 that was.
There you go. Let's have a look at this one. What's this here?
Look at Susan. Robert Alice getting married.
Here we go. This was good. 55. Here we go. Have a look at this one. Have a look at this nice old one. Here we go.
Wait a minute. Okay. Musicians at the wedding were Sadie Bishop, Alan Murphy, and the Colfords.
Okay. You're in the society pages then. Now, this is back to 1955.
1958. Oh, 55 to 58.
Okay, let's have a look through there.
Yeah, what? Oh, so they were the first pictures, yeah. I went to study with him. Oh, it was great.
Was he doing concerts in London?
No, yes, he was. Yeah. At the Middle Temple Hall.
The great maestro.
Yes, he was wonderful.
He had marvellous little fat fingers.
They were quite thick, actually.
Mm.
Now, the Guitar Festival, where was that? At Kensington Town Hall, unexpected addition to Messrs. Williams, Mr. John Williams, was Sadie Bishop. Because Williams and Phillips couldn't attend, but an unexpected addition to the program saved the day, Miss Sadie Bishop.
Oh, really? Oh, that's nice.
Miss Bishop, who hails from Australia, scored a resounding personal success. I thought well deserved, and I hope to hear more of her at a future festival. Isn't that good?
Terrific.
Now, there's Julian Bream. He was great. Probably dead now. 56. He was.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I think he's still around. I spoke to Martin Taylor,
Who's Martin?
who's a
Taylor?
jazz guitarist.
Oh yeah.
I think Bream's still alive.
Oh, there's lots of lovely pictures in there.
Oh, tell us about...
You've got to keep these.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I need you to talk about them, though. I need you to fill out the story. Give me a little bit on each page. And
Well, the Dagenham Music Society, the Dagenham Music Circle, where I played on the Spanish guitar, as they used to call it. The program, quite impressive.
So what did they think of
First
your...
half was good and the second half was all modern stuff, all Spanish stuff. What did they think?
What did they think of your accent?
My accent, I didn't have an accent. I haven't now. Have I?
No, but you just did a sort of thing like, oh, they call it the Spanish guitar. Did you notice their accent?
Yes, of course I did. Sadie Washington. I was enrolled at the Academy in Siena as Sadie Washington in that first time. And that's Segovia was teaching. Illyria was a student.
Yeah.
So was John. Oh gosh, there's some great guitarists there. Oh, Pujol. Yeah.
Now, are you still in London or are you in Siena now?
No, this is Siena.
Okay, 55.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, no. Okay.
No idea. Probably. Oh, they were great days.
Okay, could you just explain a couple of photos
Well,
for
these
me?
are all of the students
There we
that
go.
attended.
Tell me about this photo. What's happening here?
That's John Williams signing, or looking at, no, they're examining a composition. I've forgotten who these people are. But,
All students
yeah,
from all over the world.
yeah, including John. There's some from America, I remember. Antonio, who was he? Antonio Navarro, oh yes. He came out, he was one of the first really Spanish guitarists that come out here. Played flamenco as well.
Concerts where?
In Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually at the, what's that?
Festival Hall or something? Or?
No, oh no, Festival wasn't there then. It was in Collins Street. Forgotten the name. Assembly Hall. That's
All
it.
right.
Yeah. Oh well, here I am, back in London, the West End Synagogue Communal Centre.
Oh, yeah. And who organises all these little
I
soirees?
can't remember. But they were concerts, proper concerts.
Mm. Who put them on?
Don't know.
Guitar societies.
Possibly. Guitarists are with John Williams and duets with Michael Watson. I wasn't in that. Julian Bream, Wigmore Hall, oh yeah.
Did you ever do any duets with John?
No, he was too good. Darling, to Sadie and her guitar, look at this, it's marvellous. It's a poem written to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, read us the poem.
Praise from the ignorant comes, I know, as dead praise, or else small gain, the praise of a parasite, or little more laurel from simple amaze. Fool's tribute, and so on and so on. It doesn't say anything about me. So I'm not interested. Gee, this is interesting to have these books after all this time. Look at me there, BMG.
So look.
That was a very well-established guitar magazine in London. The most widely read fretted instrument magazine.
You're a bit of a spunk there.
Oh, well, it was, though. It's still there, except
Oh.
that I'm 80. All right, that's that. La Guitarra, Newport Street. Yes, these are all the concerts in London.
Taking London by storm by the sounds of things.
Oh, not necessarily. Now they go way back in Siena. Count Kigiana Palace. Oh, lovely. These are all pictures of the people that were in the course,
Yeah.
including Rodrigo Riera.
Ah.
You seen him in there?
Oh, yeah? Good point. Let's see. So, yes.
That's Riera.
Where's your finger? Oh, there.
Next to me there.
Put too much light on it there.
There's a big picture of him. That's Riera.
So I can cut these in later.
Yeah.
So this is, and that was the first year you met him.
Yeah.
What year's that? Is it? You must have met him a couple of years running.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
Or did you hit it off straight away?
Oh, possibly.
And what? Hadn't you heard of Condom's mother?
I thought I couldn't get pregnant. That was my trouble. There, that's him.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
Thought you couldn't get pregnant.
No.
Why?
Well, Well, I'd been married. I mean, I was already married, wasn't I?
Yeah.
To Joe.
Yeah, you were separated?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great shot.
And I hadn't been able to get pregnant, so I just thought, oh, well, I went on my merry way, thinking I'd never have a child, and suddenly found myself pregnant. Sadie Bishop, what? I lived at 13 Cornwall Gardens, London. It was near Cromwell Road. To Sadie with love and best wishes from John. Looking very smooth, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now, so what years, is there a date on there?
66.
66? 56?
66.
Oh, you've jumped to the modern book again.
This is 66 I'm looking at.
Yeah, what's this?
I don't know.
We want the old stuff. Here we go. Let's have a look at this one.
Alright. What's this one? This is...
That was 55. We won't go 66 just yet. We're going to do these in chronological order.
What's this? Classical guitar show by John Williams. That was in London, must have been. Very beautiful. Sadie Bishop played at the Bread Basket in Cleveland Street, London. She played on a Wednesday night, every Wednesday, classic guitar music. Not classical, classic. It was a classic. Now, wait a minute, what's this? There's a young John. The guitar, what's all that about? No, the guitar was just starting to become, well, the classical guitar was just starting to become popular.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because of certain players like Segovia, but then because of Segovia's student, John, who was brilliant, everybody got very interested in the guitar. And that's when I moved in.
Oh, they all started to enjoy it.
Yeah. Music school in the palace.
Lovely.
It's wonderful. This is all reminiscence.
Yeah.
I hope you're taking it away with you because I've got no room for it here. You're going to put it back in store, are you?
Yeah.
But when you need it, you can get it. Pimble, back in Sydney. You know where Pimble is?
Yeah. I've got one on my nose.
Raymond Hanson, Arissa Niblo, and Sadie Bishop classical guitar. What did I play? I played the Debussy and Bach. And then I played after interval traditional Spanish music, of course.
So is that all the Villalobos and
Yeah.
Saw and all these sort of, is that
Yeah.
what they call the traditional Spanish
Yes, yes.
repertoire?
Yeah. Now, these are people I've worked with, I suppose. I don't know. Here we are, I've had that one. Can we go out now,
You ready?
darling?
All
Let's
right.
go.
So you have to sign off.
I've had a lovely time. I love looking at those old photographs. They make me very nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
It's my past, and I try to live in the present. I don't believe in living in the past.
But it's nice to, as
But
we're...
I hope you're taking them all away again because
Yes.
I've got no room for them here.
But we are making a documentary about you.
Are you? For when?
Oh, well,
Where?
this is for my personal documentary, and I think it's...
You've taken some great photos of me, I hope.
oh, yes, we've got lots of lovely footage.
Good.
You scrub up very well. You're a very beautiful woman. And,
Well, darling, that's prejudice.
no,
you'd
look,
be
I
son.
can just prove it to you.
I think we should go
Now,
out.
pull your best model face for me.
I don't smile because
No,
I've got very good.
go on, that's it. Oh, no, that's very serious. That's your teacher's face. Now the sexy, give us sexy. Excellent.
Is that all right?
Yeah, you're very good. You're
Now,
not
can we
shy in the
go?
camera. We can. Okay, this is Sadie Bishop signing off. Thank you.
Goodbye, darling.
This
Thank
is
you.
Sadie Bishop signing off.
Sadie Bishop saying goodbye to all you darlings out there. And may you listen to the guitar forever.